It's the final version of RoboBoblet. He's been set up to use the Pixie camera and it's detecting blue objects. So if it doesn't see the blue object, it'll just crash into them. So if I turn it on, what we should see, so that's the camera starting up the flashing light. It should then detect it, turns to the right, turns to the right again, and then carries on straight ahead, having passed the blue object. I had a bit of a fiddle with it, so I've put some blue tack down in the corner to stop the base coming up. Just about see that. And then I moved the fixing point here on the lid so it was further away from the hinges, so that effectively gives it more torque, and that makes it more able to open the lid. It's not very heavy anyway, but just gives it that extra bit to overcome that magnetic catch there. So this is the first time it's been put together in this format, so it may not work. Anyway, if we have a look, let's see if I can get the Bluetooth to work. There we go. Connect. Probably can't see this. So it's currently trying to connect. No, it's too bright. No, it didn't connect. Yeah, that seems a common fault on this. Not sure why. Second time. It seems to work. Or not. Yay! So the light's now gone out on the HCS6. That shows it's connected, and I can now control, hopefully, with one hand. Come on. There we go. So if I press 1 now, it should go forwards. Hope for the best. Oh, not very good. Try again. Oh, anyway, I did manage to get the train working, and what I've done is, rather than put everything in the train, what I've actually done is just taken the wires out from the motor in the train and put the Arduino and the battery pack and the motor driver in the front, in a carriage, and then all I have to do now is to add power. The lights are on, just has a little delay to get going, and then it doesn't go. There we go, because it wasn't on the track, but there we go, it is now. Yay! So it's not actually responding to a sensor yet, but it is actually working. Well, this is Super Robot in all its glory. I might have missed out one or two, but if we start at the back, then there's my walking, talking, shooting robot, and then there's my programmable walking about and talking robot, and then here we've got some chuckling berries, so let's get them started in a minute. Just turn that on. Right, so let's get this show on the road. Shut up. Here we go. That's the chuckling berries, and then we've got the bobbling hamster. There's Toby, he's not working at the moment. Static robot, and then so there's my animals and carts and everything else, all trogging along, and then we've got the car that's now going. The train has ceased to work along with Super Robot moving itself, and then we've got some movement here. Oops. They're going along. What can they do? The little robots moving about, turning about, oh, fighting with each other. Yay! And there we go. That's the super robot concept. Well, you can't really make yourself heard above the noise, really. So, happy element 14. And now I can turn them all off and have a nice long sleep. Well, it's not quite 24 hours, but there is a completed tiny 24-hour mobile robot. Doesn't look that tremendous because the big battery pack's stuck on the top, but it does work. So here we go. Hey! It's a little random in its movements. There we go. Sometimes it'll go in a straight line and sometimes it won't. It's supposed to go in a straight line all the time. There you go, let's see if we'll do it now. Yay! So it bumbles about a bit. That's not to do with sensors, and no sensors on it at all. I haven't yet managed to get the ultrasonic rangefinder on. I just thought I'd get this bit going and show you that it works. So, one mobile robot in under 24 hours. 3D printed with a nano inside. So I've got all the servos connected, got all the connections to the computer made. Everything is talking to each other. I just haven't quite got the servos in the right sequence. So it's a bit like Eric Morecambe. All the right servos, not necessarily in the right sequence or the right order. So the software, I can control every servo individually. That's supposed to be base rotation, which obviously it isn't. That's supposed to be shoulder up and down, as its rotation of the gripper. That's supposed to be elbow movement and its wrist movement. This is supposed to be wrist movement, which is elbow movement. This one's supposed to be gripper rotation, so base rotation. And the last one, because it was pre-assembled, is gripper open and close. That actually works. So what I've got to do now is to disassemble everything and put the servo motors in the right sequence. But at least everything's working and the servos are working nicely.